You ready?
Mhm.
I wake up ready for sex. Sometimes don't even have to brush my teeth. But for bottoms, there's a whole lot of preparation that goes into it. Today, we're asking which is worse, tops cheating or bottoms cheating? This is Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning, and the show starts right now. What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG. I've been wanting to react to this YouTuber's content for a long time. Today, we're doing Say So TV. But first, please welcome the best producer in the business. It's Aaron. Aaron, are you there?
Hey, I am here. The mic is on.
So last week, everybody was like, "Yo, Aaron needs a mic that's just as loud as mine." So you're gonna have to talk into it so people don't think
Yes.
it's me. I will tell you, Aaron, it's been a big weekend. How's your
Yes.
weekend been?
My weekend was good. So my birthday was last week.
Birthday was last week. Yay!
Woo! So I did that. I was in a friend's wedding this past weekend, and that was amazing. Black
Yes. Shout
love.
out to Iasha and Taylor.
Yes.
They had a beautiful wedding. We don't have pictures, but Aaron and I attended because I was working AV, and then Aaron was in the wedding because he has friends and I don't. But it was a beautiful wedding. Their colors
Yes.
were like jewel tones, like teals and turquoises and black and white. It was really beautiful. I enjoyed it. And congratulations to the happy couple. I love seeing black queer love.
Yes, yes. So doing that, and then Sunday, was Easter.
Sunday was Easter when he got up.
He got
He
up.
got up. Yes, he did.
But yeah, so Easter was actually really chill for me. I couldn't do much. I had hurt my knee, and I just couldn't do much. So I was chilling for Easter.
Well, I will say that Easter was chill. For those people who follow me on Instagram, you know that my precious baby, Honey, she went on to be with the Lord. My dog, she was an 11-year-old American Pit Bull Terrier, and she was the light of my life. When I talked about her, like I moved to Atlanta. I had one dog named Shane. He was a miniature pinscher, and Shane was 12 when I got here. He was 13 when he passed. Honey had been in my life even longer than Shane, and Shane was my absolute best friend. So thank you for everybody who sent, words of encouragement on the internet and all the things, because it really did matter. This was a difficult one, but I am glad that she had cancer. She had bone cancer. So she is in a much better place. She's no longer suffering. So it's really exciting that she is up there with my granddaddy, and they are in the sweet by and by, probably bothering each other and getting on each other's nerves. It, it's amazing. Okay, Aaron, you ready for the church announcements? All right. It's funny because I always say hit it. So Aaron took the. So Aaron, quick question for you: do you ever go
Mhm.
cruising?
Ooh. Okay, I don't know if this counts as cruising, but so one time I went to this party, and I went to the dark room in the party, and I was just, perusing through the dark room
Huh?
or whatever. And I would just say that everybody in there didn't smell great, but my nose was attracted to somebody who smelled great. And next thing I know, I was licking his nipples in the
In a
dark
dark
room.
room.
And
I don't know
then,
if that does qualify as cruising, but I absolutely love that energy for you.
yes,
I'm very sex positive. I mean, what?
you got something in the corner there.
I got some on my face because I'm eating a PB and J.
It's
Aaron,
still
who
there.
like for everybody who doesn't know, I can see Aaron, but y'all can't see him, and so he's like doing the face thing where he tells you. I'm thinking he's wiping something off his own face.
Oh, look the corner of your mouth. Other side. Right there. Oh, it's still not coming. There you go. You got it.
Okay. So the reason I asked about cruising is because my most recent post on Substack, the button don't want to work again. We just checked these buttons.
Which one is it?
Click Ecamm Live. Something. Click in the screen somewhere.
Okay.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay. So I went cruising in the park, and I made 6 people come because of my amazing abilities. Not to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Um, I will say that cruising to me is like when you're looking for a connection in a place that connections normally shouldn't happen. Like I was in the magical park that one of this dude I follow on Twitter calls it. And, you know, the people enjoyed it. The irony is all these men had a thing for nipples. So that was good. Clicking Ecamm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then of course every Tuesday at 11 we are going live right here on Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning. I'm very excited about this little exchange. I went out to the Bulldogs this past weekend and several people were like, "You gonna talk about this on Tuesday?" Aaron, I think the people want to know about you.
They want to know what?
I don't know.
What they want to know?
I think the people enjoy talking to you.
Oh, that's good. Hey, y'all. Hey, people.
I do. I think they do. And then, of course, tomorrow I have the podcast comes out. It's brand spanking new on Instagram and on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and on our Substack. And then on Thursday, we will not be having a live show Thursday night. However, we will be back live in the morning on Thursday at 11, with a very special guest. I don't know if we can talk about who it is, but it's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, I think every one of our guests are a good one. I might be, lightly biased, but here we are. And of course, as we always say, the best way to keep this content coming is to support what we do here on Dear Black Gay Men by becoming a YouTube member. Members get access to exclusive conversations, the members only chat, behind the scenes content. You can join and chop it up on the show. Becoming a YouTube member is one of the easiest ways to support what we do. Just hit the join button below this episode or send a super chat of any amount. For all the latest updates, follow me everywhere on socials at JAI the Gentleman. That concludes our church announcements. Please govern thyself accordingly. So I get if y'all are YouTubers, there is this app, a special app where you upload called the YouTube Studio, and it'll tell you like who are your subscribers also subscribed to, who are people also watching. And so this particular video that we're going to be reacting to, I have not seen, but he is one of the people that y'all say that y'all be watching too. Say So TV is, from what I know about him, he's a recently out, like, bisexual, used to be DL, get hipping girls and boys to the game of bagging a straight man. What? Aaron is lightly rolling his eyes at everything I'm saying. I'm just telling you what the man does. Okay. The conversation is very interesting in this video. I can't wait to watch it with y'all. It is about whether or not it's worse for a top to cheat or a bottom to cheat. I think I know what he's going to say, but we'll see what he has to say. You ready, Aaron?
I'm down. Let's watch this.
Aaron don't seem like he ready for it. Oh, hey, the chat is there.
The chat is bad.
Not Jaden waving his magic wand around at the park. Kev, I was not the irony is I did not put my penis inside anybody at that park when I made 6 people come.
Oh.
How my Bucci bestie today? Chaotic and Panthro are Bucci besties?
Come on, bosom buddies.
I'm here for it. Is that like sister wives?
We'll see.
Cortez said you're disgusted about. I got to catch up on the chat. Let's watch the video. Let's watch the video.
Alright, so it's a hot topic. Is it worse for bottoms to cheat, or is it the same if a bottom or a top cheats? Hey, let's talk about it. Alright, let's go. Now, the post that I'm referencing is this one that went viral, we all know. So the post says a bottom cheating is 10 times worse than a top cheating. Oh yeah, and bottoms belong in the kitchen too.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
That invalidated his point.
It starts. So I guess the real question for you is, do you think there's a distinction between a bottom cheating on a top versus a top cheating on a bottom?
Okay, the obvious answer to me is hell no. There's no difference. Cheating is cheating is cheating is cheating.
Okay.
But it just reeks of patriarchy to me because they say the same shit about women. They was like, well, when a man cheat, it's just sexual, but when a woman cheat, it's emotional. Like, and I'm just like, shut that stupid shit up.
Okay, let me give you a different angle here, because this is what comes through my head. Is I don't take that much dick in my life, right? So if I cheat, there could be a level of coincidence. I could just slip and fall in some ass. But if a bottom cheats, there is preparation, there is intention, there is expectation that comes out of that, because
there are assumptions. All of that was an assumption.
Okay, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't mind.
You talk about that there was preparation. Like, who knows? He could have just slipped and fell in something too.
But girl, are you sure though?
What you mean? What are you trying to say?
Like, we talk a lot about respecting the process, right? That just means that a bottom has to approach sex with a lot more intention than a top does.
Not always.
How so?
Just had some amazing. When was that? Friday morning? Took me 10 minutes to prepare.
But you had to prepare.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, 10 hours, you still had to prepare. So, a top don't got to do any of that.
I mean, I didn't really do nothing, but
slipping and falling into Ask Jay. Watch your step. Let's keep going. I think this video might end up being short.
Hold on. Cortez says, but what if you stay dushed and dangerous?
Those are the best and also the most threatening people in our culture. Because when I tell you, because there is nothing more powerful than a man who takes dick that got clear water. There is nothing more powerful than that. Like, that is super. I would take that over Superman, over Batman, over Iron Man. Like a man who is dushed. Oh my God.
Somebody else says, boy, no, it's both when they both cheat. It's worse when they both cheating, which don't mean nothing. Another comment, cheating is cheating, but I do feel like spending that time to clean out to cheat is crazier.
Bullshit.
That's been one of the biggest debates.
I just want to, yes, I want to go back. I want to rewind the video to see something where it says he was using all the wrong grammar, and I was laughing because Money Long tweeted this weekend, you shouldn't take advice from people with bad grammar.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree. Like, if for instance you like, I don't think you should take advice from people with bad grammar. I don't think you should recommend podcasts that have bad audio. Yes. I don't like all the things. Ogun says, preparation or not, there is no accidental slipping into cheating.
Amen.
Okay, so bigger question. How do you define cheating?
Whatever you define the cheating as.
How do you define it, though?
I'm not in a relationship.
Okay.
Cheating is a definition between two people. So some people's definition of cheating could be having sex with somebody more than once. Like, they're like, I'm okay if you hook up, but I don't want you having no roster, whatever, right?
Okay.
Some people.
So that's a level of open relation. Y'all let me know in the comments. How do you define cheating? Is it really just dicks and asses, or is it more than that? Because I'm really curious. Because I define cheating. You ready for this?
Okay.
I define cheating.
I actually know how you define cheating.
Because I've talked about it on the show. Mm-hmm. But I define cheating as giving anything that I reserve for my man to somebody else. That could be anything. That could be time, effort, attention, money, food, sex. SoFi, would you consider emotional cheating worse than sex? Living Life says, I used to be a sub of Say So TV, but felt that... Can you put that comment up? I can't read the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I used to be a sub of Say So TV, but I thought he did hit on some points. It felt like his perspective came from a place of patriarchy and hypermasculinity. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you feel the same thing about me? I mean, you're subbed here. So, I mean, I'm hoping you're subbed here. Make sure you subscribe. I don't have that button. Chaotic says, if we open, but there are ways to be ethical about hookups outside of a partner you're with. I agree with that too. Kev, not all heroes wear capes. I am absolutely not wearing a cape. Fun fact, I saw Cortez this weekend. I met him in person. I'm not going to tell you where we met, but I did meet him in person. And he is so cute.
Cortez was in the city.
So cute. He says he comes to the city a lot, but that man is adorable. And like,
I mean, I saw his pictures on Instagram. He is very handsome.
But he's like sweet looking.
Mm.
Not sweet like gay, like sweet like take him home to your mama.
Like he would open the door for you.
Like Southern hospitality. That's what Cortez gives.
Okay, Cortez.
And you can cheat without having penetrated sex regardless of whatever your position is.
Come on. Thank you, living
DJ
like
said, with me being a person who practices ethical non-monogamy, I believe cheating is building a relationship outside of the main relationship. I think that kind of mirrors what I say to a degree, because would not willingly participate in monogamy because that's just not for me. But I do understand that there are a level of agreements that we need to make and be clear about our responsibilities and expectations. And so if I promise to you that I will not develop any type of emotional connection with another person and I go and do that anyway, then I agree. That's absolutely cheating. Cortez was one of your little nipple boys, Jay.
Oh.
I am neither going to confirm nor deny that allegation, because that is Cortez's business to tell. If he wants to tell it, he can put it in the chat.
We have a special person in the chat.
Oh, good morning, Dwayne. For anybody who knows, Dwayne is one of the directors here that calls the shots in the studio. So the fact that he's on that side of the screen is great. Okay, let's keep going.
Cheats, they gotta prepare and everything. So if you preparing to cheat, that means you consciously cheating, and it makes it worse. Somebody else said, "I low-key feel this. Why
that's
you was
him,
clean
not
now?
us.
You had plenty time to think." Man, I'd have to kind of disagree, boss. To me personally, cheating is cheating. I would never and could never do to others what I don't want done to me. What would be the point of being together if a person gonna cheat? They're gonna do it regardless. Yeah. That ish will have you not wanting to freak no more. Facts. Like if a bottom cheats, like
okay. I have a feeling that we're not going to be watching this video long because I can't listen to 20 minutes of him just reading comments. But let me ask you this question, Aaron. When the last time somebody cheated on you?
To my knowledge, I've never been cheated on.
Okay, somebody definitely cheated on. We've all been cheated on.
I mean, I just didn't know about it. But also, I haven't really been in relationships like that.
Okay, can you cheat in dating?
No, unless we have an understanding.
But if we have an understanding and we're dating, isn't that a relationship?
Kind of. No, I think there's a difference. Like if you're dating and we come to understanding, like, hey, I'm not going to date other people and we're exclusively dating, right?
Okay.
Then I think that if you say that and then you start dating other people, then that doesn't look well for your character. And
I think that's a big word in our culture, is looking well for your, like, words like character and integrity. Yeah. I don't know that we carry around a lot of that in our culture for some reason.
Yes.
Tell cheating is when you do something you can't tell your partner about. Cheating is when you do something you can't tell your partner. If love and intimacy is no longer the foundation of a relationship, clock on out, baby. And see, I have so many thoughts about that. The question for the chat is, can you cheat during the dating phase? Before you've made it official, is it possible to cheat on somebody when you're just dating? That's the question for the chat. Now, I don't know about cheating is something I wouldn't tell my partner. I think there are many things that I wouldn't tell my partner, but I don't think all of those constitute cheating. That's my concern. Like, I wouldn't tell my partner my social security number.
Oh, I guess your partner, maybe
my husband will know because I got to put my social security number on our life insurance, on marriage certificates and whatnot. But a partner, no.
I guess. I mean, that's factual things. But I think what Dwayne is the spirit of what he's saying is just like
The
if you feel
spirit,
like you have to hide
the
something,
spirit.
yes, the
We
spirit.
all go to the same church. So the fact that he was like the spirit of what he's saying, girl,
Cortez
this
said
is
it's not
Tuesday.
cheating if we aren't official.
It's not cheating if we aren't official. And see, I don't know that I agree with that either. Because I think the problem with dating in our culture now is that we don't have enough expectations.
Say that again?
I think the problem with dating in our culture is that we don't have enough expectations.
In
Like
what
we
way?
expect to, we meet somebody, we connect with them, we do all the things, and then we don't ever clarify what our expectations are, even in the dating phase. And then we get bent out of shape when people don't meet them. Like some of us go into dating, I expect to speak to you every day. I
But
expect
never
to hear
say it.
from you. I expect to like, but we don't take the necessary steps of like just saying that
Mm-hmm.
because comes with a level of vulnerability. Living Life says, sorry if the misspellings in my first message, but I smoked and yes, I'm a sub and love these discussions. Sending love from Chicago. Hey, Living Life, Kev, what's the difference between exclusively dating and a committed relationship? They sound like the same thing. I don't think they sound like the same thing to me.
Yeah. Exclusively dating means like I'm just exclusively getting to know you versus a committed relationship is like we go together.
To me, titles, words matter because words of affirmation is a thing for me. And so when I'm exclusively dating, I would still say I'm single. But if I'm in a relationship, then you my man, that's my boyfriend and whatnot.
Read
And
what
to me,
Tell
those are two different things, huh?
read what Tell wrote in the comments.
Put it up because I can't. It's long. Tell said, if you wouldn't tell your partner about your interactions with another person, that's cheating. Also, you can cheat in dating. It's just another form of it. At the end of the day, it's all betrayal. Okay. If you don't talk about it, then it's not cheating. See, everybody on two separate sides of the equation. Tell is like, if you don't talk about it, it is cheating. And Panthro's like, if you don't talk about it, it ain't. And the irony is both of those two people have said they are submissive. Jordy said, that's my thing. If we're dating, I'm still single. And that's where I'm at. Like if I'm just dating you and we haven't said this is a relationship or whatever, then I would say that I'm single. How would I introduce this person? This is Aaron. This is Dwayne, this is Panthro, this is Jordy, this is Cortez. I don't have to put like my connection to you anywhere. I agree. If we ain't talking daily, how are we dating? Now, I will say the funny thing about all of that is I'm probably the worst phone person ever. Like I love Dwayne. Dwayne is one of my closest friends, but even he be like, Jay, you ain't gonna be texting me like I'm some bitch in the street. And I'd be like, my bad, bro. Panthro said, I'm a hung bottom. Panthro, we know you got a big dick, honey. We know.
Cortez says,
so if you're single, then how is it cheating during the dating phase? Now that's a good question. If I'm single, like we're dating, but it's not a relationship, so I'm saying I'm saying I'm single, but this is Cortez. How is it cheating? I do think you can violate a commitment during dating, even if the commitment does not include a title in a relationship. I think if you and I are connected, if we're talking, if we're dating, and we say that we're going to have a conversation every day, or we say that we're going to go out every day, or we commit to not having sex with anybody else for a period of time, then I think you can violate those, and that's a form of cheating to me. Chaotic says you got to give me time to miss you. Tell, I think that's hold on, put up that one from Tell.
let's see.
I think that's the problem with our community, though. We feel just because there's not a title gives free way to act or do anything or use as a crutch to be promiscuous. It's cop out for me. Agreed. I think that's what I'm saying is that we don't we don't standardize things. So I will tell you, since Dwayne is in the chat, I'll say that Dwayne came on the show and we had this conversation about someone who would talk and be in the dating phase for a long time, and someone who gets out of the dating phase really quickly and they're able to move into commitment and build foundation, how we would say, really quickly. And the one thing that Dwayne added into that conversation when he was over there on the show is that he knew what he wanted from his man, like day 1, day 2, very early, and he was able to develop and establish foundation, commitment, expectations, all the things really quickly. Now they call that a marriage, but I could also see that happening for people who call that a relationship, or we're dating, or all the things. And I think we need to have a lot more. I think we should expect something from the people that we're building with. Cedric Townsend said, let's define dating. I agree. Let's define dating. Y'all let me know, how do you define dating in the chat as we continue?
I have seen where if a top cheats, he'll get a pass, or he might get it might be an issue, but he'll still end up being able to smash later or something. But for the most part, I've noticed with us tops, if a bottom cheats, one of our bottoms cheat, or not even just cheat, but if they mess around with somebody else and we find out about it and we're not even in no relationship for real, we may also just kind of like leave you alone for that. Another comment, comparing pussy to a woman is wild work. Y'all say a woman cheating is worse than a man, and an a-hole is worse than a D. A masculine man wins. Y'all are predators, insecure, control freaks. You attract what you are. Y'all wonder why you.
Okay, couple things. First, I respect his platform, but I don't know that we gonna be reacting to too many of his videos, because I can't. It's not keeping my attention like I wanted to. But my one question, let's take the cheating conversation a little further, and then I want to get to the defining dating. For you, Aaron, you're versatile, right?
Yes.
Let's say you dating somebody who's a total something. They told you, I'm a total top, and for one reason or another, you accepted that. They're a top, you're verse, and that's just going to be your connection. They cheat. This top cheats, breaks a commitment, and goes and has sex with someone else. Would it sting more if they were bottoming for somebody else? Or is cheating just...
Oh, okay, so you're saying would it sting more if they told me, the versatile person who would
that they're together
them,
with,
yes,
that no, you can't have no ass because I'm a top,
yes,
but then they go behind you and they get some dick from somebody else? Like, would that sting differently?
Oh yeah, that's
Why?
like, I'm going to load your shit up into the car and pour the kerosene on it and set it on fire and tell the firemen it is trash.
Okay, Bernie, but why is that? Why is the betrayal not the problem?
No, the betrayal is the problem.
But you're saying it stings even more if they betrayed you
and they
looking
lied
for some dick.
Because you've done it. You've done 2 offenses. You've lied to me.
Where is the lie? The lie you're talking about here?
The lie is about the cheating, and you lied to me about not wanting dick. And not just because if I was let's just say we were, total top, total bottom, right?
Yes.
Okay, whatever. You went and got some dick. You might be verse. Cool, go explore that. I'm still gonna question you because, now I don't trust your character because you went and cheated.
Okay.
But it's like, oh, wait. Now you want to go explore being verse, but now you don't want to explore it with me, your partner that's here?
Okay. I really want to know about this from everybody in the chat. Everybody tap in. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everybody tap in. So you dating somebody who is a total top and he cheats on you, but not because he wants some ass. He cheats on you to get some dick. Does that change the fact that he cheated? Like, is that a worse kind of cheating?
Hold on, let me see. Richard Durham says, yes, that was sting. So Richard, thank you.
Richard says yes, that was Sting. Why? It's still just cheating. It's cheating, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Hey Google, cancel.
Maybe I should turn that off.
No.
Run through these comments because I feel like the comments is on and popping, but I can only see 4 of them.
Oh, well, Cedric was dropping what he defined as each stage of dating.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see what Cedric got to say.
So Cedric says talking. Well,
Cedric, that's a good picture of you. Cedric says, number 1, talking. We've exchanged numbers, do things on a friendship level, and maybe even had sex, testing the waters to see if it's growing interest. Keep going. Number 2 is dating. We're spending time together doing various activities, movies, bowling, concerts, dinner, etc. as friends with a mutual interest in each other, but we are still allowed to talk to other people. Got it. Dating exclusively. We are dating. However, we have cut off all other people that we're interested in to focus on getting to know each other better. Got it. Relationship. We made a mutual agreement to become a couple. It's just you and me. Point blank, period. Is there a 5?
No.
Okay. Whew. Okay. So I receive those. Now the complicated part of it is I am not monogamous. So some of those stages, while I get that's what you're saying, I don't know that it works for me. Tail says it's worse only in the Panthro. But if you a total top, why you have to bottom? Had an itch.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to know how to pronounce that. Ogun. Again.
Boy, read the comment.
Not only did he cheat, it's worse because now I know you were denying me a part of you that we should be able to express in the plural with me as your man. But what if it's not just ass and dick? What if there's something else in there?
That just tells me that maybe you don't have the emotional maturity to be with somebody. Or maybe there's some growth that is being uncovered there that needs to happen.
But what if it is really just a fetish or a kink?
What do you mean?
Like I have been, a earshot from somebody fucking me, right? But it wasn't because I wanted some dick. It's because they made me feel submissive. And to where I would consider giving up some ass. What if it's the same thing with your top boyfriend? Not that you have a boyfriend or that you're a bottom or that you would date a top, but go with the analogy. What if it's the atmosphere around it that made it to where I would try something versus I really just went out into the world expecting to get some dick?
My thing, we're not saying whether you're trying to explain their reasoning. We're talking about whether it's right or wrong and whether we would feel betrayed. They can have all the goddamn reasoning in the world. They can have Anita Hill as they lawyer. It's still gonna feel betrayal. But still gonna sting.
But y'all are adding into the chat that it's gonna sting more if they atop getting some dick from somebody.
Yes, because it's another layer of betrayal. We're not saying that we won't forgive them. We're not saying that the relationship is over. We're not saying that we won't hear out their point of view. We're just saying that there is multiple levels of betrayal in that situation.
And I'm trying to uncover, why are there multiple levels of betrayal? Kevin Kev says he's wrong if 1, cheating, 2, for giving away something he told me I couldn't have from him under the guise that his ass is off limits.
Thank you, Kev.
Thank you, Kev, for bleeping out the ass and the whatnot, even though I said the cuss words. Okay.
So hold on. We've got another one from
Dwayne. If I can't provide what he needs to communicate that versus lying and sneaking behind my back. Okay. Oh, okay. But to Dwayne's point, he's saying the cheating is the cheating. Period. And if he can't communicate his needs, then that's the problem. Tell says it's worse only in the context that you portrayed yourself as to me as something that you're not. So now I'm wondering, what else are you not being honest about? Now I'll give you that one. Cortez says, I'm saying it's over. This is why I love this show. These are the moments why I love this show. These moments here. Let's keep going. Would y'all let him fuck?
You talking about the host?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I feel like they was mad and triggered when they left that comment, so let me dissect it. So comparing bussy to a woman
Fast
is
forward.
wild work.
Mhm.
Because they are more susceptible.
Anywhere
Oh
else.
my.
Keep going.
I think that the person who made this post was trolling because when they said at the end they was like, and a bottom belongs in the kitchen too, they was definitely trolling, try to compare bottoms to women directly. And
Okay. So let me switch topics altogether here, because one thing that I pride myself in is that here on Dear Black Gay Men, I don't think we buy into too many heteronormative tropes, like bottoms should be women and in the kitchen and blah blah blah, and tops should need to be this. So I appreciate us for at least going above the fray for that. My question though is, are there any traditional norms that you do appreciate in dating, Aaron?
No. No, I'm kidding.
Because I was like, there
I
got to
think-
be one.
Okay, so my thing is, I feel like the traditional norm should be like a buffet. Like, you should just take what you want to eat and put that on your plate, and what you don't want, leave it at the buffet.
So then how do you prepare for that? Because I've talked to a lot of my straight friends, right?
Mhm.
And from being a little kid, a little baby, we are taught that girls do this, boys do that. And I think that there are a lot of straight couples that kind of grow up cultivating this is what a woman brings to the table. These are the things a man is expected to bring to the table. And then they just try to figure out how to make that work. There are a lot of people that assume that the man is going to be the breadwinner, that the woman's going to take care of the home, biological things like the woman
Yeah.
bears the children and whatnot,
Well,
right?
let's look at it like this. In this economy, ain't no breadwinners. We both going to work.
We both going to work.
Like, and I look at, relationships that I like and that I see do things well. And I'm like, I would model that in my relationship. Like my sister and her husband. My sister, her husband don't like to drive. My sister loves to drive. So most of the time when they do road trips, when they driving around, she will drive.
And the funny thing is, I had this conversation with my sister, who is now pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is my sister-in-law, but we don't use the in-law around, but she is pregnant. They did a road trip to go to a different city, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was so baffled why my brother was like, no, you're not driving. She's pregnant. And then she calls me, the gay one, thinking that I'm going to be all progressive. And I'm like, no, bitch, you ain't driving nothing. Like, sit your ass in the passenger seat.
Why
Because
is
those are
driving as a pregnant woman dangerous?
No,
Oh, I about to say, is that any different than
but
being
it's just
in the...
me and my brother are of the mind that I got it.
I think that, there are some risk factors. I don't know how far along she is in her pregnancy, where it's like, I just want
Some
you to
people
focus
think she about to
on
pop.
being pregnant and not trying to focus on the road and the crazy Atlanta and Georgia drivers and all
Yes,
that stuff.
but I think those are some of the traditional norms that I bring into a relationship. Like if you and I were dating, for instance, I expect to have to drive.
No.
I expect to. I just assume that I'm paying for most of the dates. I assume that I'm opening the doors. I assume I'm picking you up. I assume a lot of that stuff, and that hasn't failed me in a dating situation.
I mean, my thing is, I will let you take on that role, but I'm not going to require it. Like, I think that is just something that you want to do and
Right.
not something that I am requiring of you.
Like you were saying about buffet, these norms can be a buffet.
Yeah.
Like for y'all in the chat, somebody offers to pick you up for a first date. Is that creepy or is that a turn on? Is that chivalry or is that an ick? Let me know.
It depends. Because, like, in this day and age, I mean, as a homeowner, I'm like, do I want somebody knowing where I live? But then I think about it, where I live is public information. It doesn't take that. It's not that hard to figure out where I live.
But I mean, I do think that we are in it, like true crime podcasts are a guilty pleasure of mine. And so, people living where I know where I live, of course, I understand that there is a level of risk with that. But I'm like, these kind of traditional norms. Put that comment back up. What does that say? I was the main person who drove in my last relationship, and I hated it. And see, I don't love driving, but I love being in the driver's seat with my hand draped across somebody's leg. I do love masculine and feminine duality in traditional dating. So, give y'all an example. I dated this butch queen one time, right? I met him. He had like a full set of acrylic nails, coffin shaped, like they were long and stuff. But he had like a full beard, beautiful bald head, the whole nine. It was very much a little of this, a little of that. He had a really deep voice. He could change a tire. He drove buses and big rigs and the whole nine. But he was such a girl and could fry he could fry the pussy off some chicken. It was so good. I loved it. I really enjoyed that because I got a little of this, a little of that. He was giving me, all the energy that I enjoy. Getting picked up from a date. DJ says getting picked up for a date. Turn on if we've known each other for a moment. Got it. Chaotic says, I don't know. I be hiding too much to have a real stake in this conversation.
He said, I be hoeing too much.
Hoeing too much to have a real stake in this conversation. Got it. Bernard Wiley said, turn on chivalry. I really don't want to know how to pronounce that. Ogun said, I'd like that. So again, some of these traditional norms appeal to the people. Yeah.
I would say Jacarius used to pick me up and take me places and all of that.
And how did you feel about it?
It was always that moment when he was driving and he would, put his hand on my leg.
The hand on the leg is top tier.
Yes.
So I had this guy that I dated and he would, we wouldn't hold hands. He would just hold one of my fingers.
That's cute.
And I would just, put my hand over there and he'd hold that finger. It was the cutest thing ever because it was something that I've never done. It was just us. But also, I liked being able to just,
one time
it made me feel like the man, even though I was, doing a chest shimmy. Okay, different question though, because we talked about what if you're dating a top who cheats on you to get some dick? What if you date a bottom who cheats on you to get some ass?
If you're dating a bottom,
they say I'm a total bottom, I'm strictly dickly, and they cheat on you to go get some ass from somebody else.
And I am a total top, and I can't.
You're still you.
I'm still verse.
You're still you.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing.
Would that cheat? It's the same as the top who cheats on you to get some dick.
Yes.
What y'all say in the chat? You're you. Assuming that you are willing and able to provide some dick or ass for the person that you're dating. You're with a total bottom because of whatever reason, and they cheat on you to go get some ass from somebody else. Does that sting more than if they cheated on you to go get some dick? Let me know in the comments, and let's keep going with Say So TV.
Agree with that statement. I feel like we should all, in the relationship, hold our weight as far as cooking, cleaning, etc.
No, for real.
But as far as the argument as stands with the topic, bottoms cheating is going to be looked at as worse to a top because that to us is our temple, our property, our, that's our trophy or whatever. So like you giving that up is like discrediting my whole like existence in your life. Like, there's no
discrediting my whole existence in your life. Tops really put that much emphasis on some booty hole? Aaron is staring at me, giving me the side eye since everybody can't see.
That was some dumb shit. Like, that was just some dumb shit. Like, property, all of those words that he just used. Just all I heard was insecure attachment. You have boiled down your relationship to fucking a booty hole.
Cortez said, I'm tired.
I'm with you.
Kevy Kev says, bottoms giving away. Put that comment from Kevy Kev up.
He said, bottom giving. Oh, okay.
Bottoms giving away penis. Feelings are the same as a top giving away ass.
Yes.
Okay. What else? Put that one from Tail Up.
Where's Tell? This one?
Traditional, normal only become problematic when it turns into expectation outside of yourself. So if you expect me to do something out of tradition, that's an issue.
Hold on. That's not the one. This is the one that you wanted.
It's a double sting because not only did you cheat, but also are showing me someone you're not. Sounds like I'd be dating a representative.
Sophie says, is it that serious?
Is it? I'm curious. Like, is it that serious? Cortez said, like, you can take that comment down.
Mm-hmm.
Egan Ogun said, oh, it went away. Take the comment down for me. DJ says, it's like giving the booty. Oh. Egan Ogun says, it's the same. It's denying a part of yourself to me, your partner. You should be able to communicate and explore with. But what if I just like you for a particular thing? Like, what if I like you for some ass? DJ said, it's giving the booty is mine, it belongs to me, you can't take my booty. Can't take my boot. No, that's feeling on your booty. I was thinking of that R. Kelly song, feeling on your booty. Your booty.
Was that a Booty Warrior quote?
I mean, but so the thing about Say So TV, he can't be an anomaly. He can't be by himself where he thinks that where a lot of his value in the relationship is wrapped up in his ability to lay the pipe. Like, that can't be so anomalous and he's just a one-off. Clearly, he's got a whole bunch of subscribers. So, I mean, I'd imagine that there are a lot of people that think that way. But what if the person who cheated was exploring themselves sexually? DJ said it's a line from Boondocks. What if they are exploring themselves sexually? I think that would make it even worse. That you're in relationship with me, decide to explore yourself sexually, and I'm not the person you turn to. Yeah, that to me makes it even worse.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a comment coming from Tell.
Tell says, then say that. The bottom line is you're hiding yourself from me. That's a trust issue. You liking one thing from me could be fine, but you got to communicate that. Now, I agree with that. There are a lot of things that are fixed if you allow communication to be the thing that leads you. But not everybody there.
Or, you know what I'm saying? You pretty much cancel a nigga out when you do that. We feel like if we was to mess around, even though you may not like it, it still is bad because you're still hurting somebody's feelings. And that's true. Like, I don't condone cheating regardless of which way, as a top or a bottom, because you're hurting people's feelings and you playing with people's emotions. You can get hurt behind that. You never know what people do when their emotions is, you know, you playing with their emotions, they can hurt you. So I don't commend nobody playing with nobody's emotions. But if we just going to talk about the topic, it's bad because on both ways, because you're doing something with somebody that this person does with you. So as a bottom, I get where they're coming from because they are giving up their cakes. So you going and getting other cakes, it messes with their self-esteem, which it should. I mean,
Wait a minute. Put that comment back up. Back up. It's Shaka says, yeah, because I was in a relationship with the top and I cheated on him with the bottom and he was my side BF. I love gay people for real. The love that I have for our culture is unmatched. He was my side BF. Okay.
What Cortez said.
This video makes me happy. I run from the mask for mask girlies.
Preach.
I think now I follow Say So TV. And I do think that he is one of the Mask for Mask girls.
No.
I think
gave
he's
it away.
Well, he's in a relationship and I think his boyfriend is like masculine-ish.
That was a sarcastic question, child.
Oh. Clearly I'm gullible. Chaotic says this is so unserious.
Unserious.
Again, here's the gotcha because I think I'm done with this one. But I think that our culture, I would love to believe that everybody is just, you know, evolved and self-aware and self-actualized and whatnot. And what I've learned is we come in every shape, size, and color. We come in very smart. We come in very ignorant and everything in the middle. And I think that we need to have more conversations where we can explore some of our blind spots till we grow. Now, luckily enough, the chat on this show is always lit and y'all grow me up every single time. But also, I think we still, I mean, I ain't above Say So TV gives off straight black man energy. The only thing gay about him is his attraction to men. And he's bisexual. He's also attracted to women, which
I like what D. Montreal said.
when
He said, "If I'm with a nigga, I want to know you.
I want you to know we fucking. We ain't friends. We fucking. Like, I want you to know we fucking. And I do too. Like, I like the fact that I am clockable. I used to be really curious about whether or not I'm clockable and whatnot and trying to hide it. But I like the fact that I'm clockable, that people look at me and be like, oh, the gays are here. Tail says, to give a little context, Say So has admitted that his thinking is sometimes very heteronormative and he's growing from it. He just gives perspective from a standpoint of patriarchal mindsets. I will say that because I watch his content, he does pop up on my timeline regularly. I have seen marked growth in his content, but also I think that he represents a particular part of our culture that is very much we straight, is just two dicks involved.
Yeah. And I think what
sidebar, no shade to straight people, because there are some very well evolved straight people, but the vast majority of straight folks I know.
But I think that there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if that's your perspective and that's how you want to live your life,
then
great.
Yeah, that's
great.
Go in, boo. Do you? It's just that don't work for me.
It don't work for me. And so, like, and I think that it is valid to want that. Like, we can't, like, everybody, queer is a spectrum. Like, gay is a spectrum. So people gonna fall somewhere on the spectrum. Just
Queer
leave
is
me
the
the fuck
spectrum.
alone.
Okay, Aaron. Sure. All right. I think that's a good place to take a break. We'll be right back. I've been in the gym so I could do two things. It's one, thirst trap on the internet, and look good for my man when I find one. And that's why I'm excited that support for Dear Black Gay Men comes from Twillery. Black men, whether you're in the gym, like me, or blessed with good genetics, like me, carry our weight in a couple key spots that can make suits and slacks hard to fit and uncomfortable to wear without either having to size up or break the bank in tailoring. But Twillery answers the fit problem with their performance fabrics. It's the right fit for the tailored look and just enough stretch for comfort and breathability. I'm wearing right now the solid performance polo that hugs my chest and arms while tapering just enough at the waist to show off the good parts. Twillery carries suiting, polos, button-ups, and everything to impress at the job or knock someone's socks off on a date. And you can shop for the perfect fit right now at Twillery.com, and we've got a special offer for the DBGM family. Take $18 off your first order by using code M300J. That's Twillery.com, and we thank them for supporting our channel. All right, teammates. I am excited that we got to this part of the show because it's time to comment on some comments. Hit it. Hit it. Okay, I posted to the DBGN fam on my Instagram at JAI the Gentleman, and I asked the same question. I said, would it be, which is worse, tops cheating versus bottoms cheating? Aaron, what do you think they said?
Hopefully not some crazy stuff. But I think, I think a lot of the consensus is probably cheating is cheating. While there are some people who believe that, the booty is sacred and to give that up would invalidate their entire manhood, I do think that majority of the people probably said cheating is cheating.
They did it.
What did they say? Oh my God.
Okay, so the options were a top cheating on a bottom to get some dick. Which is worse, top cheating on a bottom to get some dick or a bottom cheating on a top to get some ass?
Hold on. Actually, that poll was not a valid poll.
Why?
Because it was missing a third option.
Of cheating
is cheating.
Sure.
Because I voted on that. I can't remember which one I chose.
The vast majority of people 2/3 of the people said a top cheating on a bottom to get some dick is way worse than a bottom cheating on the top to get some ass.
We leaned into the toxicity. Okay.
Why do you think that is? Why do we glorify these masculinity tropes about conquest and whatnot?
That's like, think about it. Think about how much hate the verse girls get. Like, people be like, I'm a bottom. I don't want no verse. I only want a total top. And they think that if you somehow take dick, you have now invalidated your manhood, or you've invalidated your top hood.
But again, Fred, I think that it's the girls that are doing that.
Yes.
Because I don't
that
know.
Got nothing to do with
I don't know too many total tops that think that versatile boys are off limits.
No.
I don't know if anybody, the reverse of this equation does not pan out. Like, tops think a hole is a hole and $20 is $20. Like, whether you take dick 10% of the time or 100% of the time, long as you taking some dick, I'm good. But for some reason, the girls on the bottom half of the spectrum feel like if you are a top, that means no one should have ever touched your ass.
Really?
And I'm thinking, why is that?
Because I want to play with a little.
Because you're versatile, though.
But, like, even when I was a bottom, you know.
You were a bottom?
Yes.
Me too.
Right? When I was a bottom, I like to play with a little booty hole. Now, the one thing that I learned is that I learned to ask before, did you wash your ass? Like.
Oh, no, I don't care about that.
I mean, I like a little man scent, but.
I like man scent. I don't like poop. But I like a man scent. There's a difference. There's a distinct difference. Y'all let us know in the comments. What are the comments saying? If the booty is so sacred, why can you find so much of it bent over at the park? Again, Kevin Kev, when I was at the park, I did not fuck anybody. Shamar Wells, I said, I've tops. Are you versatile though, Shamar? Panther says, because you say you a total top, but for me, since I'm hung, if I give if needed. Okay, but again, the only reason that this is a question for me is I know that total tops don't have so many requirements for people who take dick. Like a total top, you can top the next person, and that will not change the fact that I'm topping you. But for some reason, in my experience, bottoms have a whole lot of requirements. Like, bottoms don't want tops who have bottomed ever. I think the fear is if you do it once, you'll do it again.
So can I say that?
I hope you would do it again.
You said that bottoms want you to have never bottomed before.
Yeah, but for some reason, in my experience, bottoms don't want a top who has bottomed.
I think for what, I don't think that I want to say I've heard that, but I've never experienced that. Like, while I've heard all these things in culture and in discussions on social media, like in actual real life, I've never experienced that.
You ain't never seen the girls that be like, he can't climb my back.
No, I'm saying in real life. I've seen them on social media, but never in real life.
But and perhaps it's because I top primarily and I'm not the most masculine person. I experience that all the time. I experience a lot of people who are like too femme, too dark, too small, too big, too all the things.
Shamar, this is
I'm versatile. When I was being a bottom, I became the top.
This is okay. That has happened to me before. When
I was being a bottom, I became the top. I think that's what you call a full circle moment.
Because, okay, so this was back when I lived in Seattle. I went and met up with this man who said he wanted to top me. And he was just doing everything wrong. Like, I feel like he was trying to top me with a limp dick. Like, everything. He couldn't keep it up. Like, all of these things. And I'm just like, turn over.
Did you get what you needed?
I got what I needed. And the thing was, he kept trying to call me back to top him. But I thought he was batshit crazy, like the things that he was sending me. And then he started stalking me, and then it was weird. And I told him,
You got him dick sprung, honey.
I told him, remember, I know where you live. You don't know where I live.
Get off the phone. Get off the phone. Okay. So this has been another episode of Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning. I'm so excited that we get to do this. I'm supposed to read something, right?
That was our show. Start your outro music.
You've gotten so good. You could read it by now, can't you?
Okay.
I mean,
that was our show. He is Jay the Gentleman. I am Aaron Malvo. And we'll be right back here with Dear Black Gay Men in the Mornings on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Hold on, you're muted. Then the podcast is due on Wednesday. And then we are back here for another episode of Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning on Thursday. I am Jay the Gentleman. This has been Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.